Hi guys, this is Namcraft and welcome to another season of Starcraft English commentary. We're going to continue on with the PSL series. It's going to be season 1 of 2024. Round number 2 and the quarterfinals number 3 is what we're watching. Sharp versus Beast. Terran versus Zerg. And this map is going to be Polypoid, one of the classical maps. Let me just quickly pull up these, maybe the stats for you and also the map photo. First of all, here is going to be the map stats for Zerg player versus Terran for classical maps. Where is the classical maps? There it is. Yeah, I mean, look at these maps. These are everyone's loved this map in the past, right? Fighting Spirit, Eclipse, Polypoid, Retro, Vermeer. Well, why is Retro there? I don't know. Retro should not be there. It's not really a classical map in a classical sense. And new Sifit. So for wait, I missed Polypoid. Okay, there's Polypoid. 43.7% in Polypoid. By the way, Polypoid is the most played map in the last 3 years in a pro gamer scene. It's so overplayed and all for good reasons. Fighting Spirit, not so much anymore. Not a lot of people play Fighting Spirit. I mean, a lot of people played Fighting Spirit in the past, but not anymore. Of course, the choice of which maps to include in the ladder on Battle.net is really play a huge factor into determine which maps will get played by a lot of pro gamers. So that's what it is. Do I have a photo for Polypoid? Maybe you don't need a photo for Polypoid, right? Yeah, so given what we saw in the first game, I'd expect a quick, swift, fast, instant victory now for Sharp over this Zerg puny opponent. We have a drone getting on high ground. So I'm going to take this chance to read some advertising. My name is Namcraft with a K. Welcome to the channel. The channel is going to die soon, so please subscribe to another channel called broodwar forever. You can just find it, Google it. And when the channel dies, another one will come up for sure. Every video will have a description that has a lot of stuff, so please check out those description information. If you are going to leave a comment as to what is the result of the game, please type spoiler and then followed by enter 3 times as a courtesy for the next guy who uses the toilet, right, just to clean up after your mess. That would be greatly appreciated. Everything is organized by playlists. Check out the various playlists for matchup, players, maps, tournaments, whatnots. Best games of the years, worst games of the century. If you have headphones, you're going to be hearing slight Korean on one ear and slight English or gibberish on the other ear. The gibberish side is going to be me. If you enjoy that, that's great. If you don't enjoy it, tough luck. I guess it's not tough luck. You have a chance to use one of the Chrome add-on mentioned in the video description to completely turn off my voice or turn off the Korean voice, and vice versa. If you have Facebook, please add friends with me. The link is going to be in the video description. If you have Telegram, please add friends with me. The link to that is going to be in the video description. If you want to support me, just buy me a coffee. There's a lot of casters out there, and I really appreciate you that you have chosen me. But I cannot just live with your blind support. You actually need to have some money. In my country, Vietnam, there's a big scandal of the Buddhist guys asking for a lot of donations. So, I mean, religion is basically a scam in Vietnam because it's completely untaxed and people are completely, giving money for free to these kind of Buddhist monks. I mean, it's the same story in a lot of Asian countries. Buddhism is very popular here, very hot, very trendy. So there's these guys, these Buddhist monks who ask for a lot of money and they use it to spend lavishly. They have, Mercedes-Benz and Maybach. I think the Maybach brand for the car, right? Of course, it's not getting to the point of getting private jets, although in Thailand, I've seen some videos of, Buddhist monks getting on private jets. Remember that famous video of a Thai Buddhist monk who actually have his Louis Vuitton bag on a private jet and just sits there and enjoy life with his Rolex watch, So Vietnam is kind of like that, but not so, not getting to that point. Wow, what is this? Wasting a lot of Zerlings just to chase a single medic. But she's a heroine. She's so brave, and she need to kind of, get, I don't know, what is it? Bannered up and, posted her fate, her photo need to get posted in the Hall of Fame of the Terran Academy Hall of Fame. By the way, continue on with the Buddhist story. So these guys, would ask for a lot of donations, and in the sessions, in their what are they called, sermons, right? They would teach and they would say, you know what, if you give money to us, your children would have good karma, and the more money you give, the more your children would have karma. You know, this is what I mean. They're publicly doing this. You know, and the freaking, you know, the communist government of Vietnam doesn't do a damn thing because they're so fearful of, you know, what is it, you know, being called, I don't know, religious suppressions or whatever. That's the first reason. The second reason is that this is actually a good way to keep the people blinded. You know what? When there's a kind of stable political and religious structure, people are in place. Those who don't want to actually donate, they don't need to donate. Those who are donating, it's gonna, you know, completely be subversive and obedient and docile, right? And that's exactly what the government wants: people to be obedient and to be living in a happily, you know, I don't know, a small superficial veil, and they don't want the people to realize that there's some dark cold fact behind that curtain, you know. So it kind of works out for both the government and the religious leaders, basically. So yeah, I mean, it goes even as far as to, you know, in these kind of sermons, the Buddhist monks would say, those with the big bills, you know, get to sit in front, and those with the small bills just stay back. You know, small bills is in like $1 or $2, right? Big bills is in like $100 bill. And recently there was this one guy, and he completely destroyed that system of religious, I don't know, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, some kind of scam, right? He goes out there and he begs for money, and, you know, he walks blindfooted across the country 7 or 8 times in the last 4 years, and he doesn't own anything. He doesn't possess, he doesn't have any kind of desire. He's always kind of smiling. Actually, people throw rocks at him, people chase him around, but he's always smiling and run around. And he only eats 1 meal per day. And he doesn't talk bad about anyone's. You know, when people meet him on the street and they ask him, what do you think about the pagodas? Why aren't you in a pagoda? And he just says, you know what, I'm not good enough to be in the pagoda. I'd prefer to be out here. I'm still looking for the meaning of life. Is his response. So, you know what? He completely made people crazy. Everyone like fell in love with him. Everyone started to worship him, and people started to walk with him. And, you know, the procession started to get long. I mean, about 6 months ago, there was like just him, and then people started to follow. And then, you know, at the last day he was walking, there were like literally tens of thousands of people who walked with him. Every city he goes to, there were people joining the procession. So to the point that the government need to say stop. You know, at this rate, the entire country would stop working, and everyone would just, you know, walk around blindly and do nothing for all days. That's just the government rationale. And so he was disbanded. He was kind of semi-arrested because he didn't do anything wrong. He just walked, right? But he was, you know, confined to a place so that, you know, people cannot follow him anymore. And anybody who wishes to approach him would be denied entrance. I mean, very, very few people can actually do it. People cannot actually take photos or videos of him anymore. I mean, the government basically just completely like soft contain him, just like in a Starcraft match, you can have a soft contain, right? Anyways, what am I saying? I'm saying that, you know, I'm not saying that your children will get good karma if you donate to me. Definitely not. And I'm not saying that, you know, if you donate to me, I will do whatever you want, or you will get some favors from me. It was just a very, very nice anecdote I want to share with you, because this kind of donation is basically a big scam in a lot of, you know, in a lot of cases, and people are donating blindly based on faith and love or whatnot. But they need to kind of wake up and realize that their money is not being utilized correctly. Of course, I mean, if I tell you how much donation I get per month, you would just laugh, because it's like so small. Anyways, Valkyrie's attacking. Our Mitch is gonna try to attack, and we're gonna be having 6 Mitches getting pushed back. What's happening with the game? Okay, at least Beast this time around is able to get his third base up to Polypoid. And this Valkyrie is going to get repaired. Sharp is going to have a chance to come out here and attack. Once again, some Sunkens are in the locations they need it to be. Looks like we're going to be having a nice scan here, but there's going to be enough Lurkers and Sunkens to go around. So there's going to be no opening, I think, for Sharp. +1 weapons and +1 armor on the Medic Marines. We're going to be having a small move out here, and Sharp doesn't have the support of the tank, So this is just basically just to contain the Zerg player, trying to snipe some overlords, trying to force some sunken so they can actually get his third base up, and he's looking to do that at the 730 position. We're going to be having the Valkyries hunting for those weak mutualists, but not able to find them for the time being. Looks like the bio is going to try to get on this high ground. There's going to be stack lurkers on the high ground. Very difficult to hold, and looks like Beast is going to get supply block now. Supply-wise, Beast is 80 and Sharp is 93. We are at the 11-minute mark of the game. We're going to be having the Terran player just patrolling the various area. I mean, there are very few overlords remaining in the open. Wild overlords. I mean, the rest are all tamed ones. Another one get picked up. So this problem will continue to worsen until we're going to be having some, I don't know, Zerg presence to come out there to actually, you know, take control of the sky once again. Yeah, but Sharp has got his third base, and yeah, now it's gonna be a game of just waiting here. We want to see the Zerg player get up to Hive so we can actually have some nice attack. Okay, Nidus can now connect the base, so the Defiant attack is done. Now the problem is because Beast has chosen to take the 3 o'clock base, you know, as opposed to the bottom right, he doesn't have the leisure of backing up to the high ground. But the next base he goes to is going to be completely in the open. It will be very hard to set it up. Unlike in the early stage of the game where there's no problem of Terran map control. But now map control is completely in Terran's hand. We're going to be having which is going to attack here. Some small, you know, engagement between these two players. Do we have Sharp looking to do some kind of drops? He loves to do these kind of like mid-game drops against the Zerg player. Of course, there are not a lot of openings here, and with the fact that the bases were so close to each other, it makes it very hard to find an opening. We're going to be having maybe a science vessel activity on those mutualists. He's looking for that group. He goes to the middle group, and we're going to be having Scourges attacking and sniping a science vessel. That was a waste, actually. So many mutualists were damaged in that process, and they will all die now. The Scourges need to get involved. Looks like, okay, oh my god, beautiful shot from the Valkyries. There's only a single Scourge remain there, not enough Hives. Actually, it'd be very funny. The Witches actually hide behind the Nidus Canal, can actually teleport Witches, would be great. But unfortunately, they cannot. Anyways, looks like Sharp is up 4 bases. Of course, the game is far from over. This is a different scenario than the previous game. Beast has got a much better chance of surviving here because he's kind of take up to the fighter, and he has the 3 gases. Looks like Sharp is not yet switching to the next tech of choice. He's not going for tanks. He's just going pure bio. And he's just going to be making a lot of forces, you know, on the ground here. We're going to be having a small split of Terran forces. He's... maybe Sharp is actually contemplating attacking the 3 o'clock base from the southern side. Of course, he doesn't need to. You just need to make sure that that Zerg cannot get out. And the way that this, you know, the maps are built like this, it's very hard for Zerg to get out. Anywhere he goes to, the Terran would have a nice content. There's no way for Zerg to go for backstab. Anyways, yeah, the switch to mech has started. Not yet completed for sure, but, you know, about 1 or 2 minutes from now, we shall see the first appearances of tanks. Alright, we're going to be having Science Vessels coming in. He's going to try to snipe those stack lurkers. Okay, finally Zerg gets a presence on this big map. And I think he's going to try to take the inner 130 position. We're going to be having a nice Science Vessels on those Defiler. Very good. And Defiler could cast maybe a Plague or another Dark Swarm somewhere. He's going to cast a good Plague to touch some of the Marines, but not all. And looks like Sharp's going to regain this high ground. The second Defiler is going to come out. Looks like we have a small concentration on that ramp. This Defiler, we need to do the damage now before the Science Vessels get involved. Nice Defiler picking up, and also 2 lurkers get picked up in the process here. Not a single Science Vessel lost yet. So this battles can go on forever because the Science Vessels are basically just very, you know, renewable energy, right? You can actually get them very cheap. Anyways, building the factory out in the open is not a good idea. Of course, there's a big risk of Zergling run by a little bit later. If Zerg ever get control of that area, that base is gone, and all of those factories in it are gonna be gone. But anyways, this battle is raging on. Now we're gonna be having lurkers deployed, and Hydras are gonna be just enough to push back the Zerg race. Another Defiler gets picked up right away. These scientists are still alive. I mean, these scientists are so beefy. And at the last minute, they're gonna get back and they're gonna actually get repaired. So Sharp is having a good turn of events here. I mean, all of his sciences had been saved. He will repair them all. Zerg will take on the base for sure, but what's after that? That's gonna be the question. He's gonna try to go towards the 9 o'clock base, right? That would be a good place to go to. If Sharp wish to go for some kind of drops, the 3 o'clock base is a nice angle, I think, of attack. But anyways, going to be having a small engagement here. Zerg is going to attack downside. Do we have Defiler support? No Defiler, just some Hydralisk. One Lurker down. Two Lurker down. This Hydralisk you need to back up against the high ground. Maybe no, it's going to actually try as much as possible. Defiler is not here to help out, and the Hydralisk will have to back up supply while Sharp is ahead by about 40 supply. We have a nice Plague, but the Defiler gets sniped. And the Hydra is actually not getting involved to actually snipe those forces. They actually go in there. We will have some drop now. Sharp says, you know what, I don't want Zerg to get too open in the area, so I want to actually limit the amount of, you know, spaces we can actually work with by going for drops. Actually will contain him a little bit, and in that sense I will also protect my bases. But now Beast has got a free reign. He's coming out with a lot of forces, of course, very good scan, and beautiful Defiler sniper, affecting a lot of the Hydras in the process. Well, we're going to be having a nice Plague or maybe a Dark Storm just to cover those areas. A nice Plague against the Medic. Hydras will pick up every single Medic now. The Medic and Marines in the back are not supporting at all. Very slow reaction from Sharp, and looks like Hydra is going to back up now. Everything is so bloody. +2 carapace and +1 armor on the Zerg army. Yeah, and things are looking not so bad for Beast compared to the previous game. Don't count him out. You know, with the way things are going, Zerg have a decent shot at winning this game. We're going to be having a lot of dropships getting ready here. This base is going to get cleaned up, and Beast is going to get ready to take his next base. He needs to actually get another gas. If he can get up to 4 gases, it will be very devastating. Very hard to stop a Zerg with 4 gas. Looks like we're going to be having a lot of Terran forces around the map. Supply lead by about 40 supply by Sharp. We're going to be having a head-on challenge here. We're going to be having 4 tanks, and in this position, it's not good to have the tanks in the open like that. Zerlin's going to try to attack some of the lone tanks. You need to cast a Plague on those tanks if it's possible, but looks like the Defiler is not. Okay, he's going to cast a good Plague that touches everybody. It touches 2 tanks and all of the Medic Marines, and they're all so red. They're all ready to die now. Looks like Medic Marine's going to try to get on high ground. There are some forces on this high ground, I think. Yeah, it's going to be impossible to get on that high ground. It's going to try to cast a couple of shots on those Hydralisks and the Lurkers. There's going to be Valkyries. These Valkyries have been out here for a while now. We are at the 17-minute part of the game. We're going to be having quadruple drop here. Right here, there's nothing here to block this area. This is just going to be a single Hydra is going to get sniped, but there's going to be a drop in the main maybe. Hydra's going to start the attack, and they're going to go inside the main. There's going to be a lot of infrastructure, but we do have Scourges getting involved, and how many things will fall? Medic Marines need to snipe the science vessels, snipe the Scourges. Will take out 1 dropship, but the drones need to get evacuated. The Defiler mount is going to fall. +3 weapons and +1 armor. The Marines are going to be destroying everything. Hydra's going to try to snipe the dropship maybe. We're going to be having Guardian in the back here, but the Hydra is then getting sniped, as well as Defiler, as well as Spawning Pool. So many things are getting destroyed. The Lurkers need to lay down, go deep down, go down, and he will go down, but at the last minute it's too late. No, the Lurkers is still alive, and no scan. The Lurker will destroy a lot of forces. Hydra's attacking in the middle of the map, and tanks are falling. What the heck is happening here? Wow, but there's just so much mech. So much mech is impossible to attack, and there's still even more forces left over now. So it's going to be very impossible. He's going to be making only Zerglings, because both the Spawning Pool, the Hydra Dent, and the Defiler mount is gone. So all of a sudden, 3 units are completely not able to get mate at all. And now we're going to be seeing GG soon, because, yeah, Sharp just have complete dominance, and the game is called Sharp wins 2-0. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.